Alright, with the stream being back up, you missed nothing. We made sure that the map is held off just enough for never to be back up. And we're actually going in. We're live 3 recons, 2 assaults versus 2 recons and 3 assaults. PIGA being 1 recon up from the other team. This is actually going to be more temperous than Rise was for sure.
Neotokyo pushing the ghost really fast. Oh, meeting up. Smile getting rushed a little bit by Neotokyo.
Yeah, this is kind of what I expected. I expected to have the meat grinder in server or over the rooftops, and I kind of like already foresaw BONK coming out on top on the first round.
Only trying to shoot through the ballistics glass.
There is one part of the ballistics glass that is penetrable on 1 or 2 of the sides. I'm not sure which part though. I don't know if that's on purpose either, but most of it is unpenetrable, yeah.
Ghost calls coming out probably from Kanoko. Jeff and Master slowly pushing.
Oni is gonna get circled in real fast too.
Oni gets a good grenade on Master.
Actually, okay, apparently Oni is not gonna get circled in because Kinoko never decided to follow in with the basement push, instead falling back into server.
He is a recon. He could have tried hopping over the fence, but I guess he decided against it since Oni is in the parking lot.
I'm just confused as to how this came to be, with the ghost carrier in the basement and Jeff pushing through server and Master being in a room already pushed by who was it, Jeff?
Ooh. Jeff gets a good shot on Oni as he jumps off roof.
I mean, I'm not surprised they won that. It's just a little bit of weird play. I can't quite put my
agree
on how it should be going, but that's definitely not how the ghost should be played, in my opinion. I shouldn't be the one complaining though, because the round worked out for them, so good job on that.
I wonder if this map is going to play out somewhat similarly. BONK getting a lot of early points and PIGA finding their place after a few matches.
If PIGA is very adaptive, they will figure out that the BONK is probably the team with the higher tempo and the more likely recon play. I say as they mirrored up with Jeff and grasping the 2 recons on each team. But I can see BONK definitely seizing more of the map in the faster time.
John getting stuck in a really bad spot behind glass. Tentacle taking him out. Skybridge not being his friend.
It already kind of shows that PIGA is trying to be adaptive, because you can see a lot of people holding tarmac and basement exit on lower tarmac, and it's definitely working out as a counter. So yeah, if PIGA keeps up being this adaptive and turning the tide, it's definitely gonna work out.
Yeah, that basement exit really turned into a bloodbath. Lots of people pushing from all different locations. Ultimately, grass was really holding it down. Smile holding back on the tarmac, catching someone as they were trying to spool out from the roof. Zippy slowly pushing in Kanoko by himself.
Oh, this is going to be a little bit of a scary angle to hold. I mean, it makes sense that Kinoko's trying to move towards the ghost, but sitting on the stairs?
With his... Oh, he predicted the right direction, but I mean, I don't know, having your back to the stairs where you know the ghost is coming from, a little ballsy.
I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, going into the stairs in the first place to put you into a spot to be pincered from is like asking to be fried.
Yeah. Maybe he was just letting his nerves get to him. One recon each team, 4 assaults.
Well, it's interesting how with PIGA's side, the person I expected to play recon is not playing recon with just Zippy, but actually grass, which I don't really have an idea of how they play their recon.
Often going for that early ghost call. Probably giving out some good information. The rest of the team setting up. Ooh. Zippy catching Jeff. Zippy catching another.
Now that was absolutely dirty. Like that was brutal.
That was really good on both teams. Oh no! Wait. Oh, Oni just taking out Tentacle as he tried to push him.
That was brutal. I don't know if the Ghost Caller was just a little bit overwhelmed because it seems like a very like timed and simultaneous push into the tarmac, or if they just were too fast for the people receiving the information to like react.
I
But
think
that
you're
was
right. I think it was just over information because they lost someone as Zippy pushed through basement, and that just kind of tidal waved onto their team in terms of deaths. They couldn't do anything. Too many people were coming from every single direction. I
it's
don't think they
just
knew what to
so
do.
well timed. The everybody came in at the same time into the tarmac, just pulling up there. That was very well timed. That's all I can say to that.
Oh, Kinoko pushing in over fence, doesn't get a kill. Oni taking out his backup.
Oni seems kind of lost.
That may be true. Oni hasn't really been playing a lot of Neotokyo over the last couple years. I can understand why he'd get lost these days.
Oni looked into server while Kinoko was behind him, literally just jumping around, causing havoc, and he didn't look away. Until the smoke popped off, he looked away suddenly, just to get shot from server, and then he looked back at server. It was so unfortunately timed. Well, Tentacle holding probably one of the wiser spots, a little bit held back between the seats. Muffin trying to prevent the Skybridge push at the right time here, facing directly into the support.
Ooh, Grass might get shot. Nope.
Yeah.
No? They don't see each other on the roof? Oh, finally Jeff saw him.
I think the positioning behind the vent box, he moved right behind it for a moment. Jeff was just waiting to see if there's more intel to gather.
Gotcha. Oh no, Oni might be running into another support. A lot more healthier than him. Yep, Tentacle taking him out. Zippy has Ghost. Might be trying to go for a cap. It's gonna be a close one. Muffin might be able to meet him. Yes, and Muffin does.
Zippy just knowingly pushing into the last suicide push for his team until he goes down. Probably wisest choice to go for to bring the ghost away from your spawn, but was there really a reason to just push like that?
I mean, if you just want the next round to start,
maybe he just wanted to even out the playing field. He's blaming his. Oh, okay, that would explain that.
I understand.
Didn't even use Ghost.
Why would you? You don't need it. It was a 2v1, right? In his mind. Grass pushing through into Hangar very quick. Gets a kill.
Jeff is playing it dirty. I like Jeff's position here in the basement. And
oh no, Smile not watching.
Right as I say Jeff is playing a dirty position, Grass literally walks past him, looking at him cloaked, and then looking away to walk past. And the best part is Zippy almost fell for the same trap.
Yep, no, really either bad communication or no communication. Zippy does get the kill though. Tentacle pushing slow down into that that basement area. Oni has the ghost making calls. Hopefully they're making it count. Zippy pushing through the window, getting Tentacle.
If there's something that I have to credit both teams for, it's definitely the fact that the ghost is being utilized almost every round when they can.
Yep,
in Rise, we had a handful of rounds where the ghost wasn't just, the object to cover, but actually to communicate with. And the same with here. We already had 3 to 4 rounds where the ghost was picked up at least once to use information or retrieve it in some shape or form, or just to bring it away from your spawn.
Both teams playing really smart so far. Like you said, they're using the ghost, they're using different angles. They're either holding and then pushing, getting a kill before they make a move. We'll see how this continues.
Well, what I'm surprised with is mostly the fact that Basement as a whole usually has maybe 1 or 2 people, whereas Basement I feel has the strongest leverage to counter BONK. I mean, PIGA's doing a great job trying to hold their ground, but with BONK being the faster type of player, I would feel like Basement, if they utilize it more, would be even more destructive to PIGA's team, to BONK's team. I mean.
Grass trying to emulate that cheeky spot from last match. Has a det pack though, rather than using a gun. He is the last one alive. Might not be the best place for him to be hiding. Jeff is low. Master is low, but Muffin is not. Who will lead the charge down to Ghost? Grass could pull this off, but watching basement is probably not the play.
Well, the waiting game begins for Grass as he's letting the people come into the lower time right to move towards the Ghost. Muffin has the right idea, you know, checking out the back corners first, checking out the stairs, but nobody's there. Where could he be?
Jeff and Master are pretty far away. All three of the Genrai are not as close to each other as I would hope.
Oh, he's checking carefully. He's checking. He's suspicious. Uh-oh.
Grass might not be able to. Oh, it doesn't catch him before he goes over. Now the team knows where he is. He's got to make a big play.
What are you doing?
Oh,
Grass. I'm not sure why he went that way, because he moved all the objects separating him and the Ghost Carrier into his line of sight.
yeah, it was really not the best idea for him.
Well, and so the one Ghost Cap from Rise is repeated on Tarmac right here. Not that this cap is more devastating. If anything, it's really helpful for BONK to catch up and get some steam, because they weren't having the sergeants that PIGA was having at this point. We're back on an equal playing field, meaning that the only advantage now is one stronger gun on BONK's side. That's what I was saying. If PIGA spawns on the Tarmac side, they need to use that basement a little bit more. They're in the open field. BONK's not really a super slow team. They're not the fastest either, but it's definitely going to be ill-advised to not use the basement in that instance.
Grass trying to push the roof, gets shot from the back of Tarmac. It seems to be the common thread across all these rounds. Anybody who tries to go over roof normally gets killed.
Well, it depends on where you climb the roof. If you climb up directly at the camera, yeah, you're definitely in for a wild ride. That camera is asking for suicide on the beginning of the round. If not through a player shooting it, but nading it instead.
Muffin and Oni going to town. Those windows. Grass trying to push the same direction a second time. Almost dies because of it. Zippy getting a good kill on Kinoko, leaving the last two Shinrai on the Tarmac side. One under window, one far Tarmac.
Well, speaking of...
Last one far Tarmac.
Speaking of tempo on BONK's side, they really flipped the switch and went total opposite, just holding it. And unlike last time, when people pushed them all at the same time, while they were holding hanger and stuff, they fell back.
Ooh, good push from Zippy. Oni laying down the cover fire, making sure that Tentacle didn't even have a chance to move out. Although he didn't have any places to move to.
I really like Tentacle's play though, simply because of the fact that Tentacle was all the way in the back, trying to not fall into the same mistake like last time, where Zippy came from basement. I think someone pushed out of the rooftop, while somebody came out of a hangar at the same time. Just a very, very good simultaneous push. Counter on that, sitting all the way back, being able to have a better sight line alongside with, I think Master was alive as last. So that was a really good play nonetheless of losing that round.
Zippy took an SRS this round. Pulling roof. Two good kills from PIGA. Kinoko also getting a good kill, but getting traded. Muffin still trying to figure out if he wants to be in that hidey hole or not.
Tentacle is trying to get the drop on a Ghost Carrier here. Oni just barely managing to get away.
Smile dropping down from Skybridge, seeing 3 Genrai, gets 1 kill out of it.
Well, Grass might be their wild card at this point, because it's the only one that is in a position that is not somewhat predictable compared to the Ghost Carrier. And it might be the perfect way to get into that server room. And that's what I mean. Did you see the damage Tentacle took? It was through the only piece that is penetrable for some reason.
Well, I mean, those pieces do not have ballistics warning on them, so I'd imagine they are not ballistic. Oh, Oni going down from the crack of hangar. Oh, Zippy getting a good shot onto Tentacle. That SRS putting in work. And Grass and Zippy do a good push, taking out Master before he could get any cover. 5-3 in NSF favor.
It seems like they're trying to emulate a little bit what Tentacle did last round, where Zippy was holding the exact same angle. Maybe not on purpose, but maybe they just thought, you know, now that we're back on this side, we got an SRS, we could play it more defensive. Grass as the only recon, just trying to like get a flank in right there. Worked out pretty well against Tentacle. This might be more devastating towards BONK.
Doesn't catch anybody. Grass holding roof again, but this time not being as aggressive. Ooh, no one's watching side fence. Grass see it? Grass saw it. I don't think they saw him. Ooh, Smile getting the re-kill. Master. Had Grass not died when he did, he would have died to the grenade either way. Down to a 2v2, big fights all over the place. Hangar has been lit up.
I'm very delighted about Smile playing the Ghost, because I know that Smile, despite sometimes feeling a little troubled with the English language, has very good communicative skills when it comes to picking up the Ghost. So if it's not Zippy, I'm very delighted to see him pick it up, knowing that he will probably make right calls.
Tentacle having the HP advantage on Zippy. Smile having more HP, but no gun now, only having Ghost. Oh no. Ooh, good pull back from Smile. Picked up his gun.
Smile is just toying with him at this point.
Oh no, he's going through the bathroom. Is the Smile gonna know it?
Yep, Smile just perfectly toying with him. That was so well timed.
That was
the
very
moment he saw the blip moves this close to the edge, fall back, grab gun, chill out a bit, play with him.
In a way, that was really smart for him to allow him to be pushed with the Ghost to it. It allowed him to break away from Zippy. Since Zippy was low health, it was a risk for him to stay in the fight.
Two lieutenants on the board on PIGA's side, whereas no lieutenants still linger on BONK.
Is Muffin the first support we've seen on this map, or did we have some earlier?
I think we had 1 or 2 supports earlier.
Oh, okay.
Because I think I've seen at least 1 or 2 smokes in this map so far.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yes,
right.
Oni was the support. He smoked off server room at the time.
BONK seemed to play a little bit more defensive this time. Doesn't seem like you're being too aggressive. Good pushes on PIGA's side, pushing into the defense, taking them out one by one. 3 different lanes.
Well, we're sort of simulating Stalingrad right now, because Kanoko and Kanoko and Tentacle literally are boxed into the basement, slowly being, surrounded from both ends at this point.
John is slowly pushing in, could catch somebody. Ooh, Kanoko getting a big kill.
Oh, jeez.
John dying.
I'm not sure what Oni's trying to do here. But the SRS is probably not the way to go.
He does have a very odd angle on them, so if they have to go for cap, he is in a good position to use the SRS against them, but they may be able to call him out. And
well, if they're leaving the basement, Tentacle is leaving the basement, but below him indoors, and I don't know if he can figure out a place to catch him.
Behind Oni.
Oh
no, Oni didn't hear it. Had Oni heard that cloak, he could have turned around in time, but unfortunately.
The cloak seemed a little bit out of range from him being all the way in the front of the roof, with Tentacle being all the way on the back of that staircase. Not to mention that he did see somebody in basement, so maybe he just mistook it as somebody being right below him or close to below him.
Still, NSF big lead, 6-4. Can they hold it?
It's just funny how BONK turned something that looked like the situation of Stalingrad into something that, you know, unlike history, worked out in the opposite favor. Getting out of that box, taking out the enemies, pushing into said box and situation, and then just flipping it around on them.
True. PIGA definitely didn't play that to their advantage. Tentacle getting a good kill on someone trying to push Hanger. Oni taking out Kinoko with that SRS. Grass, again, trying to do something on roof. Gets taken down to 11. Dies to Tentacle.
Well, Jeff is a little bit in a weird position here because he literally could see... I mean, it worked out against Mal, but he literally could see Oni just by taking a look around the corner. They were just so close to each other. Something humorous about it, just knowing that your enemy is right there.
Tippy taking out Jeff on that camera. Circling behind them. Muffin doesn't know. Or doesn't care. One of the two. Might get blown up. Oh, no. Oh, Gray goes into Hanger. Zippy taking him out. Tentacle taking out Oni. Oh, and Tentacle getting dropped by Zippy.
If Tentacle would have held back and just calmly looked at the containers and like the van, Zippy cloaked, instantly giving away the position where he was.
Yep,
And probably just by line of sight matters, he could have won that firefight.
I feel like Jeff kind of let it down or just didn't know where he got killed from. Had he called out where Zippy was back tarmac, I think that could have gone a little differently for them.
Well, nonetheless, BONK is not down and out because they got a lieutenant on the board with Tentacle. Tentacle doesn't really seem to care about support weapons, lieutenant weapons per se. But hey, just the fact that the scores are pretty even means that there's still a good chance.
Smile getting a solid kill. BONK, it seems like they've kind of lost a little bit of their momentum. They're not really pushing as much. Ooh, as I say that, they get 2 kills. They really need to start making these rounds count.
Kinoko really likes to sit on stairs that make it very easy to get pincer, because he was perfectly separated from people coming Skybridge, but...
All 4 of Jinrai somewhat bunched up in the same building. Maybe in separate rooms, but...
This is kind of starting to get real tense between teams. You can see it starting to be a little bit more reserved. Zippy just holding his angle, carefully trying to probe forwards against Muffin here. But look at Jeff, look at Kinoko. They're really scared of making a big push here. It seems like PIGA kind of realized with the kill, the entry they have, they can now follow up, but they're still really having like mediocre tempo for the confident.
John was holding that room for a while, saw the movement and tiny hole, got a good shot. Jeff could be getting a kill here. Oh, but gets killed. Master taking out Oni, down to 7 health. John down to 22. Oh, Master gets a good kill. John held that corner very well.
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that BONK just, you know, would forfeit the map this easy.
That was
going to become really intense real fast, considering that Master now has Lieutenant, and I think at this point, he probably will graduate to anything else that is not a ZRS.
PIGA definitely had that advantage. I'm not sure why they threw it away like that, but...
Yep, sure enough. He rolls with an SRS that he traded away to get an MXS. And I'm not sure why the SRS is pushing in like that, but... maybe it's some kind of sort of wild card play that we're not ready yet for.
Only holding hidey hole, using SRS, trying to catch anybody that makes a push. Zippy getting a good kill on Jeff. A little bit of fights down there in the shop of basement.
Well, it seems like PIGA is on their way to sip the deal on
Oh, the SRS. Kinoko taking out Grass.
Oh, Oni versus Kinoko right here. 2 SRSs in the battle of the lower tarmac.
Tentacle getting 2 big kills.
Oni wins the fight of SRSs here.
Zippy dropping to Master. Tentacle had a really good position. He was able to flank Smile and then get the kill on the person trying to flank him. Oni, unfortunately, I don't think has the weapon for this. Easily get taken out. Yep, and he does.
The good old flick shot. Does it work? No, it does not. A little bit more of Unreal Tournament and Quake, and that could change.
BONK really coming back, making these rounds count. That's for sure.
If there is a
Could we have
pattern,
another tie.
if there's a pattern I notice on Bonk's side, they really like to sit on stairs that make it easy that in low player situations would just allow for pincer movement. I think Kinoko has been on a set of stairs twice now where pincers would have been really easy, and now Master sitting on this was it Master? On like as a last survivor, just sitting on the lower tarmac stairs, getting pincered as well.
Kinoko not taking the trade for an SRS, instead sticking with the ZR Long. Ooh, the ghost being picked up by Jeff. It was a quick cap. This could be big for them, giving the information they need to be able to make their pushes, or just hold. But they can't really afford to lose this round.
Well, what I find really smart here is using the basement to get the ghost forward. They know that the SRS is sitting there. Zippy has been playing SRS a lot, and Zippy trying to immediately counteract against this by using lower tarmac is probably equally as smart of a move they can make. Kinoko with an interesting ZR Long choice here, sitting in close to briefing, using the glass. Not sure if this one's penetrable or not, to try and fire into server. So this definitely is more of an exotic round.
Only a little bit of damage dealt out. Oh, John getting a good kill on Master as he tries. John not noticing the enemy right in front of him, takes him out. Tentacle. It didn't seem like Tentacle knew that John was coming from fence, even though his teammate was just killed from there.
This could be anyone's game if this round turns up once again for Bonk's favor here.
PIGA could go for the tie just to try and draw out the matches, but that would be risky. If they get the win, they guarantee their map point. But
the thing is, if they go for a tie, we once again are in a situation where Jinrai has to win both rounds. So the tie alone is a lot of pressure to put onto Bonk, considering with how many rounds have already gone over the board.
Well, this is already round 14, so if it ties out here, there's only one round left. The best option they could go for is just another map tie. Kinoko pushing with the ZR Long on an MX. John taking him out.
Well, it seems like to try to gain leverage by pushing forward, kind of just like betting on everyone sitting on the tarmac anyway, like they were last time. But it seems like Oni just decided to take fate in his own hands, bringing the ghost away, leaving Muffin in a basement spot. He doesn't even seem to realize that the ghost moved there now.
Oh, is Oni gonna get the cap?
It seems like it timed out just in time.
Yep, timed out just in time.
Kinoko calling GG,
but little early. Still 6-7. Match point.
Just calling that it is live.
Oh, I don't know if John. Okay, John is back. All right.
Well, rounds are popping off. Grass taking a lot of damage from the nades that I have warned them about. Well, they couldn't hear me, but like it's still a very dangerous spot to push onto the camera simply for that fact. It seems like
kill.
PIGA is trying to get really ballsy here with the rooftop pushes. I don't know.
John didn't turn around to look at Hanger. Oh, walks by two enemies. Goes right up and gets a kill in Skybridge.
Zippy seems to be in a weird predicament here. He cannot move.
Oh, he has become one with the table. It's a very ancient strat. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to work for him. Luckily, his team seems to be doing work, so I don't know if it's going to matter. 2v4, effectively a 2v3 with that table on their team. Muffin at low HP, though. Only 4. Someone tell him that kill command is get out. Oh, I didn't think that grenade would get Kanoko, but Smiles pulls it out and pushes through and takes out Muffin.
Well, intentional or not, Zippy really wanted to leave. Not that he had a reason to leave, considering that they managed to like now seal the deal. Not sure if they just wanted to add a little bit more tension there with the last few rounds being added to Bonk's core count here, but
Muffin didn't even know where Smile was at the bottom of the stairs.
that entire round was just very confusing. I mean, the fact that John managed to even get out there and get back into cover was the most surprising fact of them all, I think.
Yeah,
Besides Zippy becoming one with a
agree.
table, of course.
Well, it was odd too because he pushed over. He didn't even clear left or right. He just pushed straight to Skybridge. It was like he knew where the enemy was and just wanted to kill.
Fourth map is Snowfall, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Exciting. Third map, and it's going to be Snowfall.